Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's the Friday edition, February 13th, and we had a day of higher prices. Let's turn it over to the Grain Hedge trading platform and take a look where we closed. Corn up 4, beans up 6, and wheat up sharply with a 12-cent gain. Cody, we've got some NOPA numbers at the beginning of the week. What are you looking for in those trade estimates?
Well, first of all, the average analyst guess right now is expecting around 162.673 million bushels of crush. And of course, this is going to be higher than last year's January report, which we only saw 156.943. So this would be still a strong crush number for January, but it is a decline from December's 165 million bushel crush there. So I think NOPA crush numbers are very important. I think right now probably what we saw today is a little bit of short covering going into a longer weekend. That's probably why we saw corn, soybeans, and wheat all trading higher on the day. We did get a nice export sale out this morning for soybeans, but that was new crop soybeans.
Right.
But still, one of the stronger export sales here in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, and when it comes to new crop sales especially, we've really not been moving much in new crop beans. This is, like you said, the first significant sale in 6 weeks. So that may underpin the market a little bit.
Absolutely. And so when we have a holiday on Monday, markets aren't going to be trading. We're going to be coming back right on Tuesday, right in time for that NOPA crush number. So I think it's very important for traders to focus on that NOPA crush number and keep in mind that if we come out on the lower side of analyst expectations, not only would you have that situation that you'd have to be dealing with, but you'd also have South American production coming online, both relatively negative factors. But of course, if crush comes in higher, we saw a 15 million bushel increase in the WASDE report on Tuesday.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this crush number, whether this supports or refutes that increase that we saw in the WASDE report.
Exactly. And speaking of sort of local situations in terms of like crushing, when we look at basis levels, we saw pretty good gains this week, even though the futures market was relatively flat. We saw beans up 3. Really sort of leading the charge there was the river market, where we had, especially along the Mississippi River, fairly strong gains of nickel to dime in terms of basis levels on those areas. Crushing plants are doing fairly well. They're up about 3 cents, not quite as strong as the river terminals, but still trying to keep competitive and keep those beans flowing, because I suspect right now farmer sales are pretty limited with falling prices or weaker prices. In the corn market, you know, we saw a good modest 2-cent gain this week. But really, you know, ethanol was not any sort of major player. We saw only about an 0.8% gain on ethanol manufacturers. So again, we're seeing the impact, if you will, of the cloudy environment for ethanol in the second half of the marketing year. Will these ethanol plants continue to hold up their basis? They're keeping pace with everyone else, but overall, they're certainly not driving this spot market right now in corn.
Yeah, when you think of ethanol, it really is kind of a question mark in the weeks to come here, because production continues to be well ahead of last year's pace, continues to outpace what we'd expect to see to meet USDA expectations. But of course, like you were saying, you know, it's really not anything to write home about when it comes to basis. So,
right.
Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call. The number is 877-472-4607. Have a happy and safe President's Day weekend.